folks, I'm Dave Isaacs, and today we're going to take a look at Bill Withers' classic Ain't No Sunshine. Now, this is often introduced as a beginner song, and it is not a difficult song. It's just got 3 chords in it. There's a couple little quirks to it. You can strum it with a basic open position, A minor, E minor, and D minor. But the thing is, you should understand right from the beginning that the song is built on a bass line. So we're going to start off here on the 6th string at fret 5. This note is an A, which if you didn't know that, we can get there by walking up from open E to the 1st fret F, the 3rd fret G, the 5th fret A. You may know that we can play an A minor bar chord like this. You should also know that A is your open 5th string and that these 2 notes are the same. So often the song is taught starting with that open A string, but I want to put these things down here. I want to put these notes down on string 6, and you're going to see why. I'm going from fret 5 to the open string E, fret 3, G, back to fret 5. And this is what you should play, is 1, 2, open. Just practicing that shift in this timing, release, 3rd fret, shift up, and remember the shift is not a squeeze, push up, it's just move your arm. So we could A minor, E minor, G, A minor, but that's not really right. This is more like it. But watch what we're going to do. We're going to do what Bill Withers did and start off with an A minor 7th chord here with 3 fingers on fret 5. I've got my middle finger on the 6th string, my ring finger on the 4th string, my pinky on the 3rd string. This is working off the same root that I talked about before, this 5th fret 6th string A, but now we're using this as the foundation of a minor 3rd and a minor 7th, together creating a minor 7th chord, which is really just a piece of this bigger A minor 7 bar chord. You could play it with this fingering as well, index, middle, ring. I'm much more comfortable with middle ring pinky, and personally I think that's actually a stronger grip. It's a stronger position. We're going to use the right hand thumb, or plucking hand, thumb, and 2 fingers, index, middle, resting the thumb on string 6, resting index, middle on strings 4 and 3, and we'll just alternate thumb, fingers. The thumb is alone, the fingers are together. And don't let it be this. And don't let it be this. And don't let it be this. When the thumb and fingers are resting, you should feel the pad of your thumb just hanging out here, balancing on that 6th string. And these 2 fingers just at the fingertips, resting on the other strings. Thumb goes down, fingers go in, and sometimes helped a little by the arm, but it doesn't have to be a big obvious pull away. It's more that the plucking of my fingers is supported by this little arm move. Not so much of an arm move that I'm going to slow myself down or tighten or do anything awkward over here. This is just my fingers are attached to my hand, which is attached to my arm, and the power comes from my arm. Now notice that I'm keeping my thumb and my fingers somewhat separated because I want my thumb to be able to work independently, pushing towards the floor, and my fingers pulling in up my arm. So we had this bass line, A, B, G, A, and we're going to add in this A minor 7th chord. Here's a detail. Hold this finger, hold these 2 fingers, but then release the left hand pressure so that higher chord is cut a little short. So it's just land, release. Then, this is actually an E minor 7th chord, even though it's just open strings. It's string 6, string 4, and string 3. That's an E, a D, and a G, so that's an E minor 7th chord. And then we're going to use whatever 2 fingers you were using for 6 and 4. Again, I recommend middle and ring. To hit 6 and 4 here at the 3rd fret, but this is now a G7 chord. I'm not going to hold the 3rd string, so it's not this. That would be a G minor 7. We don't want that B flat. We want G7, simple G7 that's just a root and a 7th and an octave. Notice how I'm preparing these fingers. Since we know we're going to play thumb alone first and then the fingers, and we know that the finger notes are going to be cut short, when you move, you can just land on the bass note and have these fingers already prepared to pluck. Vocal pickup. 1. Ain't no sunshine when she's Now just take this chord up to the 12th fret. E minor 7. D minor 7 at the 10th fret. Minor 7 to D minor 7, A minor 7, E minor 7, G7. I know. Now, this part goes on for a bit. I'm going to check my notes here because I forget myself, but that drum break lasts 5 bars. Really 6 if you count the downbeat where you end. 5 more bars, and then the break is just where the drums stop on the downbeat of, I guess, what would be the 7th bar, really. I'm gonna leave you alone. But 2, 3, and 4, and we're back to this again. Just like at the beginning of the song. So that guitar part actually runs through the whole thing. If you're listening to the studio recording, the strings and other orchestrations really kind of cover a lot of the guitar stuff up. So what I'm about to show you is coming from a live recording, and I'm going to put this link to a video in the description. This is the one I'm working from. Very, very cool guitar part. And when I took a closer look, as is often the case, much more interesting than I first thought. So the chord progression we know is A minor 7, E minor 7, G, A minor 7. And I talked about this bar chord. Instead of playing this bar chord, what he plays is this. Just hammering on the A string from fret 5 to fret 7, holding that note with a 2-string bar. So I'm hitting fret 5 of the D string while this 7th fret note is still ringing. And what I have here is the 5th and the 7th of an A minor 7 chord. You could hit this A, you could play a bar. It wouldn't hurt to fill it out. I'm pretty sure he is actually not playing that note because this note is so strong. It's the only thing. If you add the A at the bottom, it really dominates in a way that takes the coolness away from it. Only thing is, if you don't have a bass player, you kind of want that. You could have it in there. It's a bit more challenging because that means you need the entire bar. But we are potentially, you don't have to do this, but we are going to fill it in. If you look at the tab, what I'm showing you right here is a general version of what's in the tab. There's a couple more variations in there, but if you understand the basic idea, you'll understand the variations. So we're going to do this, and then E minor 7th chord, 6th string open, 5th string 2nd fret, 4th string open, and then 3rd fret G, but then hitting the open A twice, which is dissonant, and coming back into this again. So check out the cycle. I do like putting that low A in, even as a contrast to this open A. So the thing is, if we're going to do that, we want to make sure we're bringing out this 5th string movement and not killing the 6th string. So that's pretty cool. And we can do a little bend on that G. Pretty cool. I can fill it in with the bar if I'm holding all of this. So there's a few variations on that. Now the band comes in with a bass walk like this. 1, 2, 3. And notice how I'm using one finger for this. I'm not going to use multiple fingers. I'm just going to shift like I'm moving a bar chord. I'm not holding a bar. I've just got the one finger touching string 6. 2, 3. Here's another one. How about this one? This little walk. Again though, just using one finger, just the index. 1 and 2, well it's 1 E and 2 E and 3 E and up, down, up. Or all downs, which is kind of cool because of the sharpness of it. We're walking up to an E at the 7th fret of the A string, and we're going to play an E minor 7th like this. 5-string bar. Remember, of course, that doesn't mean we're flattening over 5 strings. We do need to cover 3. Underneath this, we're getting the 5th string with the fingertip. Here is the ring finger on the D string, fret 9. Flatten the bar. Here is the middle finger on the B string, fret 8. So from the lead in, 1 and 2, E minor 7, lead in open string. Here's the D, 5th fret, same idea. Minor 7 shape is the same with ring finger on the 4th string and middle finger on the 2nd, but I'm in 5th position now, so 5th fret D. And then we're going to walk back to where we were. So here's leading into that E. E minor 7, 2, 3, 4, 3, 4. So here's the whole thing, this electric guitar part. 1, 2, 3. 4. Goes on from there. When we come in out of that break, there is actually, and I'm checking my notes here, there is a little turnaround, because when he comes back in with the vocal pickup, but ain't no sunshine, we're back to this. Little variation. I think some of the time there's a G there. You don't have to hit this note, but it's a nice option. This is the same. But then we've got this quick turnaround starting on beat 3 of this measure. I'm going to play 5, 6, 7, and then E minor 7, So our timing is leave that thing alone, but ain't no sunshine when she. 1, 2, 3. Now we're back into a verse. We could fill in. Maybe we fill in more of this. E minor 7, D minor 7. Dun dun dee dun dee dun dun. I know. Go through all of that. Don't leave a young thing alone, but ain't no sunshine when she. Here's our turnaround to and. Now we're back in a verse. Walking us up. And then. Now look at this. To and. This is at the very end of the cycle, the last time we go up to E. And 3 and 4. Let's fill in. Here's the turnaround. 1 and 2. Live version ends with this cool A major 9, open, 7th fret of the D, 9th fret of the G, 9th fret of the B, 7th fret of the high E. All right, for those of you who'd like to see it once more, here it is all the way through, or at least in an abbreviated form. 1, ain't no sunshine. 12th fret. 3, 4. 2, 3. 2, 3. That last bit has some nice little challenging syncopated licks that are lots of fun to play. Watch the video to get that clear. Back it up, slow it down if you have to. There's no shame in that. Work from the tab, take your time, have fun with it. Great thing about this song is that you can play it very simply or with all that cool stuff that you just saw. So enjoy this one. I'm Dave Isaacs. I'll see you next time.